Hey, everybody! How you doing? Welcome to the show. I'm here. I'm here. Don't send out any money to kidnappers. I have not been kidnapped. I'm alive and I'm well. Good morning. It's Friday, March 31st, and it's option expiry day. We have a lot of volatility. We just got inflation reports coming out. uh, Inflation softens in February, and then the core inflation is higher, and then this is going on, and it's mixed, and there's nothing specific, and the rate is still too high anyway, no matter what the rate is and what direction you think it's going. You can thank the Biden administration for these numbers. You can't thank anybody else because there is no other administration that's in the office right now. Right now, it's the Biden administration. So you can thank or blame Biden for all your troubles that you created when you were in your teens because you were a rabble rouser. Up to you. You can do that. He was VP at one time and he caused all these problems. Or you could just say, well, inflation is five something. Germany it went up. Britain it's going higher, and there are all kinds of labor issues in Europe, and there's problems in France about retiring early and not retiring early. There's all kinds of problems. America, you can thank the Biden administration for everything great right now because oil went from 110 bucks a barrel when you were paying $5-6 a gallon for gas a year plus two ago. Biden took the bull by the horns, and he single-handedly, like all presidents do, no matter who the president is, they do it all by themselves. He took the barrel of oil and shook it and brought a whole bunch of it out from underground from all the strategic reserves all over America, flooded America with oil by himself, and made gasoline drop $2 a gallon. And all Americans now are benefiting from President Biden's steady hand and solid leadership, and being an honest broker with the American people. And now everything is great, and the market is up 100 something points this morning. There you go. There's nothing more to say. I mean, when whoever the president's in power, when anything good happens, you gotta say it's all his doing. And there you go. There you go. Because remember, 4 or 5 years ago, nothing bad happened in the United States from 2016 to 2021. Nothing bad happened. Although a few people did go to the Capitol to visit their congressmen and senators on the day they were verifying the election. There were a few folks who popped into town to say hi. Hey, how's it going? What's happening? Some of those folks have been offered a free accommodation room and board at no extra charge for years and years and years, courtesy of the U.S. government, which is pretty good. I mean, you go to Washington on a holiday to go sightseeing, and you end up earning 2 years, 3 years, 5 years of free accommodation with meals from the U.S. government. That's a pretty good holiday that you went on there. It's an extended break, I gotta say. No stress at work, no bosses to worry about on how many shifts you got to work. So you got to say that's pretty good. In any event, apparently there's a rumor going around that some guy had committed, so was it 34 possible illegal acts that some guy is going to get arrested on Tuesday. They say that should be a fun day. Investors outside of America look in at America and marvel at it all. They marvel at everything American because it is a marvelous thing to witness. I happen to be in the United States right now in Palm Desert, California, and this country is absolutely a fascinating place. I love coming down here, and I love hanging out with American people because they're the straight shooters. American people, the people of the USA, they're great. They're just great. Canadians are pretty good too. You ever get a chance to meet Canadians in their native environment, you'll get a kick out of them. Germans are fun. Austrians and Swiss and French and UK folks and Netherlanders, Hollander, whatever you're called. I'm sure people everywhere are wonderful, but the overall impression of people that's the media, and that's the television networks, and that's the sensationalists out there. Unfortunately, for a lot of folks, they get their impression of people from clickbait artists. Now, a clickbait artist in the world of YouTube is someone putting up a headline like, XYZ stock is going to $1,000 a share in 15 minutes. A clickbait artist in the newspaper business would have big headlines on their paper, and a clickbait artist on television will yell at you that the end of the world is near and you better stay tuned after this commercial to find out just what the problem is. Sometime in this hour, we're going to interview so-and-so to talk about such and such, and that person shows up for 30 seconds at the end of the show, and we got to go see tomorrow. And you never find out what they were going to talk about. That's clickbait on every angle there is. On radio, it's the same thing. After this message, we're going to talk to blah, blah, blah about that. That's clickbait. And so welcome to the clickbait world. And clickbaiters are experts at sucking you in to listen to crap, including all their commercials. And you're supposed to be getting unbiased information, and you're not. In many cases, you're not. There was a time when I was a young man that the only place you could get news from was the newspaper from your local town or city. You theoretically could get the New York Times delivered to you by the 80s, I guess. But in the 50s and 60s, very difficult to get a copy of the New York Times if you're not in New York. The Washington Post, the Chicago Tribune, the whatever major paper you felt was major. They were all local papers. There were local radio stations, and with some regional, and then there were television stations. There was your local town TV, and then there was the national networks: ABC, NBC, and CBS. That was it. And at whatever time, 6 o'clock in the evening, whatever time it was, Eastern time, Walter Cronkite came on CBS. Others came on ABC and NBC. They had their people, the Brinkley-Huntley-Brickley report and whatever. 30 minutes of news, network news. Those days, in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and some of the 80s, but certainly 50s, 60s, 70s for sure, before CNN, the networks lost money in their news departments. Walter Cronkite was paid himself. The rumor was he was paid $1 million a year towards the end of his broadcast career for a lifetime of service to the networks, starting from the war in 1942, 3-4 in London, and all the way to broadcast television. He was the one making the most money as a broadcaster, generally speaking, although the top anchor people at the other networks were also making close to that kind of money. But those divisions, those news divisions, lost money. CBS made their money on primetime television and lost money in the news department. And so the news people in these departments for all three networks didn't have to worry about making money for the network. They weren't wasting money for the network. They weren't interested in wasting money, but they certainly didn't have to worry about what story they were going to cover first was going to make them the most money from their advertisers when you watch the news. As in the case of the CBS Evening News, the first 7 minutes was commercial free. Then there would be a 1 minute break or so. Then there would be another 7 minutes of news and a minute break, and at the very end there'd be another break. There might have been 5-6 minutes of commercials in the 30-minute telecast, if that. You couldn't make enough money from that to pay for the worldwide coverage you got from the three networks. I mean, they literally had people in Moscow, in Germany, in China. They had literally actual human beings full-time stationed at news offices, actual offices in capitals around the world. And so these cost a lot of money. And the networks lost money on the news department. But the deal with the FTC, the Federal Telecommunications Commission, was if you wanted a license to broadcast across America 24/7, you had to provide a news department. and the news department could not be connected to the entertainment department, and it was there as a service. And the networks viewed their credibility on the delivery of the news as it was happening, not what they could make up themselves and create an entertainment show for half an hour. Their credibility was on the line, whether they got the story right or not. And they had pride in the fact that the entertainment division starts at 7 o'clock at night, 6:30 at night, 7 o'clock Eastern time is when the network takes over, or 8 o'clock, whenever, until Johnny Carson runs at 11:30 at night. But in the middle would be the CBS Evening News, the NBC, the ABC Evening News with a local newscast after that for half an hour, and then your maybe 1 hour of syndicated game show coverage in the 8 o'clock prime time. And Hawaii Five-0, Mannix, Kojak, the Carol Burnett Show, whatever it was. And then 11 o'clock, local news, 11:30, Johnny Carson on NBC, and whoever else on the other two networks, because it didn't matter. It was all about Johnny Carson on NBC. The networks lost money on their broadcasts of the news, but they tried to get it right. And journalists would be proud to be journalists in television. And if you were hired by CBS Evening News as a correspondent, you were the real deal. And there were the best of the best running that department. And then some of those folks went into the 60 Minutes program and 2020 on ABC and what have you. And then eventually, guess who showed up? CNN showed up, and news became a business. Ted Turner decided, well, I'll cover news all the time, and then I'll put in fluff pieces in between, and we'll have advertising really cheap because we're on cable. And we're not an entertainment company. We're just a news company. And the SEC gave them a license to do it. And the networks decided, you know what, we can't afford to keep losing millions and millions of dollars a year on our news departments. We're losing viewers. And people are watching news when they want to and they need it. So they're watching CNN for 15, 20 minutes, or they've got it on their TV for an hour while they're putzing around the house or in the office. And then there's the news comes on for 10 minutes. They watch the news and then they go back to what they're doing. And when at 6 o'clock comes around and Walter Cronkite comes on, everything he's going to talk about has been covered on CNN sometime during the day, probably already, along with everything else that they're covering. And then Fox News showed up and decided, we've decided to be the eyeball catchers of the folks who are not into news that CBS or ABC or CNN thinks you should know about. We're going to give you alternate news, other news, and we're going to give you maybe people on the other side of the argument news. Well, it just so happened, probably just so happened that they came out and went to the right because the left was dominating the news at the time, so they went to the right. And the right got wackier and wackier. And to be an eyeball catcher, if you're a Republican today and you want to get noticed, you don't dare come out to the public as a straight-laced, down-the-middle Republican, because no one's going to pay attention to you. You're boring, man. There's nothing here to see. America is now used to an 8-second attention span newscast and fact cast. They want to see the wildest and wackiest people because it's become entertaining. The news has become an entertainment feature of Americans' lives, not the give me the straight goods on what's going on. It used to be in the Wall Street Journal, the newspaper, the Wall Street Journal, they didn't have photographs inside the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal had illustrations only if there was something to illustrate. So if the Supreme Court had a big announcement to make, a big ruling to make, you would have a headline and a story, and the picture for the Supreme Court would be an artist renditioning of the Supreme Court building or a weigh scale. It would just show a weigh scale. There wouldn't be a photo of anything. It wasn't until I can't remember what year it was, but it was earth-shattering when Wall Street Journal added photographs to their news coverage in their papers, because their paper was meant to read, not to look at for pretty pictures or sensational photographs. The newspaper was there to read stories, facts, the news. It's all changed. New York Times has changed. Washington Post has changed. It's all changed. And now television is completely changed. And yes, you can still watch the CBS Evening News with whoever the anchor is. I don't even know who the anchor is anymore for the CBS Evening News because it doesn't matter anymore who these people are. They come and they go. And there's commercials on there. Yeah, that's true. But virtually no one watches them anymore. It's down to, a single digit of interest because news is available 24/7 anywhere you want it, and including on something known as this device, which, by the way, you can watch CBS Evening News on this if you wanted to, but nobody does. And so it's clickball. It's all clickbait. It's get the eyeballs, and let's watch and see what's going on. That's the world in which we live in now. And so what were we hearing about last night? Some former president being indicted, apparently. And apparently this is history. It's never been done before. And does anyone give a crap? I don't know if anyone gives a crap. I don't know if enough people give a darn about it. Because to us, it's just not sensational enough. Here's some sensational news. 38 people died in a fire in a detention facility, and the guards that could have let them out just by turning a lock and getting them out of here away from the fire didn't do it. They didn't let them out, and they let people burn to death almost in front of them, or in their area that they were supervising people. On the same day that happened, which no one talks about because the people who died, unfortunately, they don't matter like the 6 people that were killed in Nashville at a private Christian school. That mattered. That's covered from left to right, up and down, because somebody with an AR-15 or a bunch of weapons walked in and started shooting children and adults in a school. That got coverage like you can't believe. But 38 immigrants in a Mexican detention center at the U.S. border who are locked in holding cells were not let out by the guards to allow them to save themselves. They were allowed to burn to death or die of smoke inhalation. No one gives a crap about that story. And there's the difference between what matters and what doesn't matter in the news cycle. That's just one example. In the stock market right now, what do we care about? Well, we care about inflation. We care about the unemployment rate. We care about interest rates. We care about what Elon Musk is doing at Twitter. We care about how things are going at company A, B, Z, Z, whatever. But what isn't being covered is how are growth companies doing? How are like thousands and thousands of companies actually doing out there? Unless you are catching the national attention, you're not going to get coverage. And if I'm an analyst and I have a website that's trying to promote traffic to it because I have display ads waiting for you to bombard you the minute you get there, and I also have display ads that will track you. The minute you come to my website, you will now get junk mail from my advertisers that are on my website. We're coming after you now. You're going to get junk mail like you can't believe. I need to get eyeballs to my website because the more junk mail I can get sent to you, the more I get paid as a promoter of these brands. What headline do you think I'm going to come up with on my website to get your attention? Am I going to talk about the fact that Company X can't hire enough workers because of all the business they have waiting for them? Or am I going to talk about Elon Musk destroying Twitter and I'm wondering how those Tesla sales are going? Or so-and-so got indicted on 34 counts of crimes, first time ever in history. What story do you think I'm going to concentrate on? I'm not going to... how many people are going to click on my little story if I talk about a company that's having trouble keeping up with the business? That's ATIP. Why would you want to read my story on ATIP? Wouldn't you rather read about an ex-president being indicted? Wouldn't you rather read about Elon Musk and his latest shenanigans? Wouldn't you rather read about Apple and their new product, or what's not happening at Amazon, or the layoffs at Facebook? I mean, you got 8 seconds, don't you? You have an 8-second attention span. You're going to listen to me for 8 seconds. And you're going to read my little headline, and you're going to look for the most intriguing story. And you're going to jump on it, and away we go. That's how this game is. That's a business. Lee Carter, member for 24 months. Chilling with Uncle Bruce. Thank you, Lee, for being a member here for 24 months. I just noticed that announcement. I do appreciate this very, very much. Yeah, look, kids. In today's world, it's what have you done for me lately? What can you do for me today? And how can you excite me? How can you get me charged up? This notion of long-term investing, that expression, long-term investment strategies. Oh man, are you dead if you try to promote that? You are so dead if you try to promote that. You're supposed to say it if you're a financial advisor. You're supposed to, put that in your literature, if you're trying to attract clientele. But your clients don't want to hear you talking about that stuff. They don't want to know about long-term investment. They want to know, how much money am I making today in the market? How much am I making this week? How am I doing this month? How am I doing this year? How am I doing against the indexes themselves? That's what I want to know. I don't want to know about anything else. Well, today inflation is a little lower apparently than thought in the US, and although there are some indicators that it's a little higher here, a little lower there, but it's still too high. And people don't want to credit Joe Biden for the incredible job he's done by bringing down gasoline prices down to the $3 a gallon range, in some cases the two-something range, from the $5, $6, $7 a gallon range that Americans were paying as little as a year ago. For some reason, they don't want to give them the credit, but they want to give them the blame. And no matter what Joe Biden does, no matter what the administration does, no matter what gasoline prices will do, no one will give, or certain people in the U.S. will not give credit to wherever credit has to be given to, because that's not what some people like to do. They just want to bitch all the time. And there you have it. And if it's not your administration that's running the show, then everything about the current administration is bunk. And until it's your administration, and then everything wrong with your administration is the fault of the other guys getting in the way of your administration trying to do the right thing. And that is just sounding like communist China. Everything wrong in China is America's fault. Everything right in China is because of how China fights the Americans to make it right in China. And that's how it goes in Russia. Everything wrong in Russia is American made and orchestrated, including the arrest of a journalist from the Wall Street Journal who's now clearly a spy. I mean, clearly espionage activities. The Americans are so desperate to get espionage information out of Russia. They're sending Wall Street Journal reporters into Russia to pick up all this stuff. By the way, when they were frisking this American journalist and they were going through his pockets and stuff, did they come up with like top secret gadgets like James Bond has on the movies that we see all the time? He has one of those watches that if you push the button, it goes, ee, or does a little saw come out of the watch? Or does he have one of those phones in his shoe or something? Like, was this guy packing a whole bunch of top-notch CIA gobbledygook inventions on him? Or did he have like a pen and a notepad and an iPhone? And he was interviewing people, about what's going on. Because clearly espionage is at the top of this guy's agenda, and he's funded by the American government. I mean, come on, let's be honest. That's what all journalists are. They're spies for their countries. They don't write articles under deadline for anybody. No. They're spies. Russia's gotten rid of a bunch of journalist spies already. There were all kinds of agitators inside Russia for America. They've already got rid of those guys under new laws in Russia. And there you go. I did read an interesting thing last night, though. I don't know if you heard about this, but I read that a 12-year-old girl at school in Russia had submitted a drawing in art class, and the drawing was children playing in a playground and missiles coming in overhead, and it said "No war, please," or something, "Please, no war." and the children were Ukrainian children, and the missiles were Russian. That got the little girl in big trouble at school. Um, it got her separated from her father by the social services people in Russia, and he was charged with violating law in Russia. And he was about to go to jail for 2 years, and she had been taken away from the father. Um, Now, somehow, this has been going for a while, but apparently, somehow, some way, the girl, somehow got out of Russia. So somehow the father managed to get the kid out. I don't know how it happened. I don't know if she was with relatives now and the relatives got her out, but the girl is out of Russia. I think she's in Lithuania. I'm not 100% sure, but she's out. The father was about to go to jail next week, next month, or something like that. And he tried to escape Russia and was caught yesterday in Belarus, working his way out of Russia. And he's under arrest now, and he's going to prison. So the father's going to prison. The daughter's out for drawing a photo of children in a playground with missiles coming in from overhead. Just to kind of show you, this is not a war. This is a special military operation that has nothing to do with killing of children, but it has everything to do with the separation of children from their parents when children, start listening to what mom and dad have to talk about. Apparently, the father is divorced from the mother, or the mother is deceased. I don't know what the story is with the mother, but the child is out. The father is going to jail. Welcome to Russia, and now we're arresting journalists from the Wall Street Journal and calling them spies. By the way, arresting journalists and arresting people and calling them spies in Russia for apparently no real reason. This is going back to the 60s. This is the old days. This is the good times. These are the years that I grew up as a child. Used to hear about this all the time, that people would be in Russia with papers, visas, what have you, doing whatever they're doing, and then they're arrested for being accused of espionage. And of course, they go to court and they're instantly guilty because you're here. I mean, if you're in court, you must be guilty. And then we don't hear from them until the prisoner swap is made years later. And so now Russia is building up its poker chips to make swaps with America and other countries for hostages. There's the game that continues in China, continues in Russia, it continues elsewhere. Just so you know. Anyway, things don't change. What can I say? Welcome to the party, pal. It's option expiry day today, so we're gonna have volatility here today. We got a 116 point gain on the Dow. We're up 10 points on S&P. We're up 14 on Nasdaq. Crude is up 44 cents a barrel today. There it is. Welcome one and all to where we are and how it's going. Hope you're enjoying the rant. Hopefully you're behaving yourselves. That would be nice. Thank you all. I appreciate you all being here. Those of you who are joining this channel, thank you very, very much. Those of you who have joined and maintain your membership, thank you. Those of you who are members and let the world know how long you've been a member by putting up these announcements, thank you. Those of you who've hit thumbs ups, thank you. Got 93 of them, and they're coming in. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it. Donators, class watchers, and one-on-oneers, way to go. Next week, the 8th of April, just for those of you, if you haven't heard, which would be impossible, everybody here knows everything, but April the 8th, Saturday, April the 8th, I'll be live at 2 o'clock Eastern Time for class number 15, or lesson 15, or however you want to call it. Jennifer and I will be live at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, Saturday, April the 8th, for lesson number 15. And the lesson is all about advanced poor man covered option trading strategies. And we're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff about rolling over calls you write and the actual calls you hold. The deep in the money call option debate, we're going to go into that a lot. And we're going to talk about a number of angles about deep in the money calls, that the choices you can make that could make or break your account. Those of you who are doing poor man covered calls, you will want to be part of this class, no question about it. You'll want to take advantage of the opportunity to ask questions of your instructor live, but also you're going to want to hear everything we're going to talk about regarding poor man covered calls, because a lot of you out there really have or want to become self-employed, you want to get away from your day job, and you really want to replace your paycheck with an earning scenario by writing options, because you figured it out that you can write way more options as you go forward and bring in much more capital into your hands than working for a Joe Schmuck company for 40 hours a week, officially 60 hours a week, unofficially because they make you work like a dog. Those of you who want to retire or who are retired, those of you who retired at 65, 70 out there, 63, 62, 58, whatever, you want to get retired, you're close to it, you've done it already, and you're looking at your assets and you're going, Martha, geez, all we have is Social Security. We have a small little check coming in from our pensions. We have equity in the house, and that's it. And that's it. And the only way we can change our lifestyle is if we sell our house, which we can't right now because the house market is under duress. We can't get what we thought we could get for the house like a year ago. It's that number isn't there anymore. The equity in our home is dropping and dropping and dropping. And if we dump the house, we now have to move somewhere else. And that part of the equation is getting more expensive than it used to be. And so we're getting squeezed from the top and the bottom. And so right now we're stuck living in wherever we're living, and we don't want to be here anymore because we wanted to be retired somewhere else, in the mountains, by the beach, by the lake, in the desert, whatever we were thinking. We can't do whatever we were thinking because our asset base isn't there and we don't have the cash flow. And then Bruce shows up. Uncle Bruce shows up on YouTube because you're sitting in front of your computer just kind of looking at YouTube videos, and you clicked stock market this and that, and then you saw this balding Canadian without a home, and you went, well, why don't I watch this guy? Because if anyone knows what's going on, it's got to be this guy. And somehow, some way, you found this channel by the fluke of flukes, and you started listening to this old, hairless, face made for radio, if that, about how to write options on stock. And you realize, well, I have stock. I got stock in the company I've been working in for 30 freaking years. It's just sitting there. They don't even pay a damn dividend, those cheap bastards. The management of the company is doing great. I know that. I know the top guys. I've known those. I know guys who moved up the chain in that company, and they're doing great. But the rest of us are starving. Why pay dividends to shareholders when you're senior management and you can give yourself bonuses and you can give yourself stock option bonuses, and you just sell the stock in the market and make the difference between what you pay for it from the treasury of the company to what it's trading at on the open market? Why would you bother giving away dividends then? They're not shareholders. They're not going to be shareholders. They don't want to be shareholders. They want to get rid of their stock as soon as they can and cash in. They're bringing in millions of extra dollars every year, and they're just ripping off the other shareholders because the loyal shareholders who are holding the stock are holding stock in a company where management has no interest in the shares performance. They're getting paid off by the board of directors so handsomely to just run the damn company. It's great. And the board of directors, they're getting $5,000 a meeting, 4 meetings a year. They're getting $20,000 a year to show up, plus stock options themselves. Why do they give a crap about the shareholders of the company? So former employees who've amassed a bunch of shares have a bunch of shares in companies that pay them nothing to be shareholders. Well, maybe it's time for you guys to get your fair share, all of you guys out there, to get your fair share of income. Write options on this stuff. Get paid to hold your stock, for crying out loud. Why are you offering free rent to stock that represents a lot of your money? Why are you not getting anything for your money? I don't understand how people can do that. I don't understand how people can tolerate it. Why are you using a professional financial wealth advisor? Why are you working with these people? You're not working with them. You gave them your money. You gave them $200,000, $400,000, $800,000, $2 million, $7 million. You gave them millions of dollars, billions, trillions combined. You guys have given all this dough to all these people out there. Anthony, you're in. Why are you doing that for nothing return? I don't get it. The first 7-8% that you make on your money, on your investments, is inflation. You're breaking even if you get to that level of return. You guys aren't getting that return right now. You're getting walloped in the markets right now, absolutely destroyed. I don't know why people tolerate it. I know why. They don't think they have a choice. They don't think there's any other way they can go, any other direction they can go to make their lives better. I get it. I guess I do get it. Well, there are folks here on this channel who figured enough's enough. I'm going to take control of my money. I'm going to take control of my life. I'm going to write options on my assets. I'm going to rearrange my assets so that I can write options on assets that I have. That's the thing I'm really going to do. Uncle Bruce, I have dumped this fund and this group and that group. I have put my dough into Apple shares, Microsoft, IBM. I own some GameStop. I got Tesla. I got whatever else we're working on here. We're talking about all kinds of stock we talk about here all the time. Pfizer, HPQ, Cisco. It just goes on and on. I'm writing options on all this stuff. Now, some of you are writing options on 1 or 2 or 3 of these issues. Some of you are writing options on 8 or 9 or 10. Some of you are writing options on a few things that we talk about here and stocks that I never talk about. Fair enough. You've learned how to write options. That's the key. You figured out how to write stock options. And you figured out that writing stock options is a great way to bring cash into your account on a pretty steady basis. And whether the cash is just going into your retirement plan and is just allowing that retirement plan to buy more stock and other issues to write more options on, to compound the returns, to grow the value of that account out, or you're writing options on stock that is not inside a retirement account. It is in your own personal account with your wife or whatever, and you're just building revenue to live off of and reinvest and grow. Everyone's different around here. There's no 2 people the same in this channel. Whatever strategy you're using, way to go. But if you want to understand how this is working, maybe you may want to join me and Jennifer and I next week, Saturday, April the 8th, for class number 15. Tony just did it. Congratulations, Tony. You're in the class. Linda did it. Anton did it. Andrew did it. Jane, Keith, Melissa, Zane, Wendy, John, Daryl, Jamie, Susan. It goes on and on and on. They're all there. They're all there, and they're all coming into the class, including some of the most successful option writers this channel has. They're all already registered for the class. They know what they have to do. They are open Saturday, April the 8th, 2 o'clock Eastern. They're going to give 2.5 hours of their time to hang out with the gang and Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen for class number 15. Once the class is over, the class will be edited by Emily, who I have to get a hold of. Emily, are you watching? I don't even know if you're watching. I've got to get a hold of Emily and say, hey, I'm doing a class next week. I'll be sending you this. She'll edit it, and then we'll post it on our website, and you will all get a copy of the class. If you were in the live class, you're going to get an edited copy as an add-on that I always do anyway. And then the class is available for purchase for anyone who wants it, whenever time you want it. And the sooner you figure this info out that I'm about to talk to you about on the class 15, the better. And so there you go, folks. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the clickbait show. GameStop short sellers could be in trouble again, Bruce says, on this title. If there was ever a clickbait title, there it is right there. But it's true. It's possible. It is entirely possible that maybe, just maybe, anyone shorting GameStop right now could be in really big trouble. Why? Why do you say this, Bruce? The reason I say it is because there's a different attitude inside the company's corporate offices, a whole different vibe over there. What is it? Let me tell you what it is. Inside GameStop right now, in the upper echelons of management, CEO, CFO, the directors, the top men and women, just like in Indiana and Search for the Holy Grail, whatever that first movie was called. The top men are on it. Okay, the top men and women. GameStop management believes that they are going to make money, that they are now profitable. They've turned the corner. That hasn't been over there. That attitude hasn't been over there for a long time. It certainly wasn't the attitude 3 years ago or 2 years ago. When I first started going on the air, January of 2021, and GameStop was a short squeeze wonder stock, there was certainly no one at the company talking about any possibility of making money. The entire talk at that time was, can the company survive? Can they make it till the next quarter? We're in the middle of a bloody pandemic. All stores are closed. Every brick and mortar store is shut down. The malls are locked up. People are not allowed to travel. How in God's green earth is GameStop going to survive? Making money? Playoffs? Playoffs? There are no playoffs. They weren't talking about making money. And Mr. Cohen shows up and says, we got to change our ways. This company's got to go with the times. And one of the things this company's got to do is shut down underperforming stores. Those are called cost cuts. Another thing this company's got to do is they've got to innovate into new areas, and they've got to build up their e-commerce division. Sounds pretty smart to me. People resonated with that. But what he did was way more important than talk about that. What did he do? He bought 14% of the company. He bought up stock in the open market when nobody wanted in. He wanted in. He got in. He jumped in. He put in $71 million of his own money. Sounds like a little shiny bit of change now. He put in $71 million and got 14% of the company for $71 million. And then what did he do? He signed a non-compete agreement. He signed an agreement with the CEO and the board of directors that he won't be a crap disturber for a while. He won't talk, and he'll let them do their thing. But what he really did was he made a deal with these guys that allowed them to gracefully get out and leave and go somewhere else, like retirement, find a job with another company, get the hell out of here. And slowly but surely, the turnover took place in Grapevine, Texas. And every quarter and every 3 months and whatever, we began to see announcements that so-and-so has left the company, so-and-so is leaving the company, thank you for your service, blah, 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 including Sherman himself. They got rid of the corporate jet. They cleaned house. And you know who? Mr. Cohen took over and brought in his people, and his board of directors are now all his. He got rid of all the old ones. Everyone's out. And then there's some people who've been saying, we don't know if they know what they're doing over there, blah, blah, blah. Well, fair enough. You can criticize all you want. You're not there anymore. Say what you want. But bottom line is the management inside, the upper management inside GameStop, they think they are now a profitable and are going to maintain and retain profitability. They're going to become a profitable company. And when management thinks that way, that changes everything. That's where you got to be careful as a short seller, because if you're a short seller and you're nailing a stock that you know the management knows they're going out of business, like Bed Bath and Beyond, or you're going after other companies like Peloton that had a tough time there. Zoom shares were in trouble for a while. I mean, Coinbase and all these high flyers, these Wall Street darlings that were $200, $300, $400 a share, promoted by Wall Street and CNBC and Fox News and all these headline-seeking clickbait artists, networks, and others who promoted every IPO Wall Street was doing and slammed every SPAC that was being done. Those folks saw their stock get shorted. Those folks saw the shorters lining up and lining their pockets and making a bunch of money on the way down, and they weren't there to defend the stock because they couldn't defend the stock. Why? They couldn't say, we're about to make a bunch of money. They're not making a bunch of money. They're trying to limit losses. And so the shorters are having a field day, but not with GameStop right now. You notice how the shares of GameStop right now have not backed off to $15.50 a share since the earnings. Don't you guys know the pattern that GameStop has a little run up before their earnings, and then after the earnings, after a while, everything falls apart and the stock backs off again? That's supposed to be the pattern of GameStop. Why is this stock at $22.49 a share? Why isn't it at $15.50 or $14.75 or $12.80 a share? Why isn't it $10 a share lower right now? Earnings are out. They were out last week. Oh, maybe it's because the earnings showed a profit of $41 million for the final quarter of 2022. Oh my God, maybe this company makes money. Oh my God, maybe they're going to make money in the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, the fourth quarter of this year, and therein and thereafter. They're going to make money because they've cut back the number of stores. They've laid off a bunch of people. They got out of businesses that don't work. They tried this, didn't work, dump it. They tried that, didn't work, dump it. You got to give them kudos for that. You got to say, I'd rather you guys lose 50 million on this or 40 million on that or 80 million and walk away from it knowing it's not working than just keep trying and keep trying, keep trying and keep trying and putting in another 100 million, another 100 million, another. No, you can't afford to invest $500 million in failed ventures. What you can do is you can invest 500 million of brain power into what works and figure out what it is. And they have figured out what it is. They now know that as the pandemic has been eviscerated, it's gone. Nobody wears masks anymore. We all go shopping in shopping malls. Guess what they figured out? They're coming back to our stores. They're going to our website, they're shopping, but they're shopping in our stores because mom loves going to the mall and dumping the kids off at the GameStop store. That's what she wants to do. GameStop is a babysitter for an hour every time mom goes to the mall, you know. The food court is a babysitter for half an hour, for an hour. Gives mom an hour and a half to get some damn shopping done. GameStop is selling stuff to kids and adults because, you know, gamers are getting one day older every day now into their 30s and 40s. Gamers are now parents. Gamers are parents. And in the next 10 years, gamers, the original gamers, will be grandparents. GameStop is in a growing business. See, everyone thought GameStop was in a dying business. Everyone thought, well, it's a blockbuster. It's all gone digital, and there's no way we're ever going to stick around. No, surprise, surprise. There are gamers now in their 40s entering into their 50s. They're going to become grandparents in their 50s. And then grandchildren will be brought to the mall by grandma and grandpa. Where do you think they're going to go? Just because you're 55 or 60 years old, does that mean you're not going to go to a GameStop store anymore? Oh, no. They're definitely going to go to the GameStop store. Why? Because they've been going there their whole lives. It's full of good memories. Gamers have fond memories of their GameStop experiences from the early days, from the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. It's 2023, in case anyone doesn't know. If you're, you know, just arrived in a DeLorean with a flux capacitor, it's 2023. Okay, if you were in a GameStop store in the 90s, it's 30 plus years ago. All right, so you're 30 years older than you were. Okay, you were a university student at age 25 in a GameStop store. You're now 55. Okay, you're probably becoming a grandparent. Okay, yeah, that 16-year-old daughter of yours, you're going to become a grandparent in the next 10 years. I'm sorry. Whether she's married or not, there's going to be something coming your way. The odds are there. I'm sorry, but the odds are there that as gamers are going to become grandparents. This company isn't going anywhere. It's being run by a 37-year-old guy. The guy himself is a gamer who runs this thing. Got to be careful about GameStop if you want to short this company. It's not going under. It's just not. The shareholders are loyal to a cause, loyal to a fault. These guys start making money every quarter, and I think they are. Shorters are going to go, you know, I don't think it's going to go to $5 a share. I don't think so. There's only 3 analysts covering it, and it won't go down. I mean, this is a death sentence for any public company. You know, if there are no analysts covering a company, then nobody knows about it. It's going to go down. The thing is, though, that GameStop doesn't need analysts. Everybody knows who GameStop is. Everybody knows who GameStop is. They might not know what GameStop is and what they actually do and how they have all these little things going on. They don't know that, but they know of the company. ATIP, who the hell knows who they are? Spire, Sextera. How many people know those companies versus how many people know GameStop? The viewers of this channel now, yep. And then what other YouTube channels talk about those companies? Like I talk about GameStop and others talk about GameStop. There's the difference. Awareness. The public is aware of what GameStop is, what it does, and more people in the market are figuring out, holy crap, these guys made $40 million last quarter. They're making $10 million on their money. Did you know that? They're making like 3.5% interest on the $1.3 billion in cash they're sitting on. Did you know that? That's $40 million a year in interest they're making on their money because they've got cash. They have no debt. That French government debt's $30 million. It's a nothing burger. $1.3 billion in cash. That's $10 million a quarter in interest money that costs nothing to make. Then they're into collectibles, which have very high margins. And they got these new games from Harry Potter, and there's other stuff going on. These guys aren't going away. They're actually becoming profitable, more profitable. They've let go divisions and hundreds of employees, very expensive employees. They're letting them go. They're getting leaner and meaner to run the business they've got. You got to wonder, what do they know we don't know? Well, they're bragging about it. Our company's in a far stronger position now than it's been in years. We believe we're going to make money this year. Well, if you want to short the management, you want to short that management? Are you out of your mind? You got to be crazy shorting stock with management with that kind of attitude. You're out of your gourd. That's like shorting SoFi when Noto was buying $1 million of SoFi with his own money. You've got to be an idiot to short SoFi stock. You've got to be a complete freaking moron. The CEO is buying $1 million of SoFi with his own paycheck. Hello? Where's Biff? Hello? Anybody home? Do you realize what would happen if I shorted stock when the CEO is buying his own stock? Do you realize how much money I would lose? Hello? Stock is still under $6 a share. Inexplicably, still under $6 a share. The market's got other priorities right now, but there's also clickbait out there. To bring it all back to clickbait, there's clickbait out there to get your attention to not pay attention to what you're supposed to be paying attention to. And so, welcome to the channel. Larry Titus is about to ring the bells. You better pay attention to that. We're about to get going here. We're about to get started. And I want to say thank you again to all of you who are here and who join me every day, Monday to Friday, for these early morning shows. I appreciate you so much. Thank you all for being part of this phenomenal group of crazies. I love you. And as I say, welcome to the Party Pal. It's option expiry day. Those of you who are members, man, are you the best. Thank you all so very much. If you're a member of this channel, thank you. If you're not a member of this channel, why don't you become a member of this channel? Maybe it might be a good idea to become a member, join this crazy gang of regulars. We like to comment during market hours, members only. That's where we're going right now. And join me Wednesday nights for Primetime Live. And also every morning, the rant, the pre-market show before we even start here. Thank you all. Larry, thank you for hitting the bells as you always do. There they are. And we're off and we're trading for Friday, March 31st, 2023. Oh man, what is going to happen today? It's going to be, it's always fun, isn't it? It's always fun. Well, let's see how much fun we're going to have. Thank you all for popping in to see me today. I guess at the moment, let me see if I can refresh my big ass iPad and we'll take a look at what the market's really doing. Let's see if I can pop this up. There we go. I think we're up 126 on the Dow, maybe 147 to the early morning 1 minute flash report. Up 11 points on S&P, up 23 on NASDAQ. Giddy up, everybody. Let's see what's happening here. Oil up 47 cents to 74.85. We're not going to 120 bucks a barrel. President Biden has taken care of America, saved America by having released all that oil from the National Reserve. Kind of curious, how much oil did the United States buy back when it went under 70 to replenish the National Reserve? I don't know. I don't know how much of that oil they've reinvested in, but apparently Russia is drowning in their oil. Russia is also having other problems. They can't get their oil out of the ground as easily as before because they're running out of spare parts to get oil out of the ground. Kind of interesting there. And of course, Europe has said, screw you, Russia. We're not buying your oil. We're not buying your natural gas. We found other alternate sources, and we're going to stick to that. And you guys can go to, where. Interesting what's happening there. GameStop, 22.38, down 12 cents at the moment. ATIP, 26.4, down 0.7 of a penny. I think we're open. Maybe not. Maybe that's last night's quote. SoFi 569 down 3 cents. Tesla is up 293 to 198. Apple 162.36 unchanged, I think. Unity unchanged. HBQ up 6. First Republic 1362 down 7. Google's up 79 cents. Moderna's up 136. Cisco's up 13. Pfizer's up 14 cents. IBM is up 47. Microsoft down 11. ME up 23andMe is apparently unchanged. Matterport might be down a penny. Sixtera looks like it's pretty well unchanged at the moment. I don't know if it's trading yet. Rocket Lab down 3. SmartRent unchanged. Spire down a tenth of a penny at the moment. Early moments in the market. Welcome to Friday, everybody. Option expiry day. We have 138 thumbs ups going through. We have Christina announcing she's been a member of this channel for 19 months, and she is a Gold Bagel member. Here we go, Sir Uncle. I can't make it to the class next weekend. I will be on vacation. Oh, you'll catch the class on the website when you're ready. Octavio, been a member for 22 months. I'm a Chillin' Uncle Bruce member. We love you, Uncle Bruce. Thank you so much. The same can be said from us to you. Jen and I, we are so happy that so many of you wonderful people are part of this class, part of this channel, part of this membership group. We love you guys. Thank you so much for being part of it. We have 139 thumbs ups now with 57 minutes to go until the end of this show. We need to get 61 thumbs ups in 57 minutes to hit 200 thumbs ups today. So if any of you out there can slip a thumbs up our direction, please do so as soon as you can. Give our show a little forward momentum, and we will hit 200 plus thumbs ups today. There is really no excuse why we don't hit 300 to 350 a day, because we do get 1,000 views a day of this show. People come and go. Certainly folks watch me on reruns, no question about it, and they hit the thumbs up button on rerun. So if you can hit the thumbs up button now, if you're just here for a little bit, pop it and help us out. And let's get through 200 ASAP and move our way higher. 148 now, here they come, 148 and counting. Thank you. Cindy, welcome, Cindy. Welcome to the Chillin'. Welcome to Chillin' Uncle Bruce, says Cindy B. Thank you, Cindy, so much for letting everyone know how long you've been around. It's great to have you all here, letting everybody know that you're part of this family. It's fabulous. Thank you. Just renewed, laughing out loud. Thank you, Cindy. This is good stuff. As again, all of you who renew your memberships, you guys are just the best. You're the best. You're just the best. Those of you who don't know, with the hundreds of views that are here right now, hundreds of viewers, YouTube pays us. I get about maybe $8 to $9 a day from YouTube. That's how much money YouTube pays us for all the advertising they do out there. Because I don't have 250,000 people watching me at the same time. I'm not like Joe Rogan or something like that. Alex, you're in. Got your donation on PayPal. You're in for the class, Alex. That just popped in. Anyway, yeah, I try and live on $8 a day. Good luck. $240 a month. See how far that gets you, whether you're homeless or not. Giddy up. But it's memberships. It's the members. The folks that are members of this channel are the sole reason why this channel is still on the air. It's as simple as that. It's not complicated. It doesn't take a lot of mathematical computations. It's the members themselves. Thank you all. Alex, I've been a member for 21 months, Gold Bagel level. Great show today, Uncle Bruce. See you at the class next week. You're in, buddy. You're in to win. Tony is in, Alex is in, Linda, many of you, and they're coming in one after the other. And I really look forward to next week's class. I think it's going to be great. I just love how between classes, what I just love what's happening here is how much has changed for my viewers. You know, a year ago, you guys were writing 2 calls, 3 calls, 4, 5 calls at a time were being written. And people were writing 5 calls for $4 and buying them back for $3. Or they were writing 3 calls for $1.80 and they were buying them back for $1.10. And we're making 70 cents on a call option, you know, depreciation, $70 times 3, $210. But at that time, people were going, I've never made $210 in the market before. I've always bought stock and it's always gone down on me. And I sell it, and I buy something else and it goes down, and I buy, and I never made money. All of a sudden, I write these calls and I made $200. And I wrote some more calls and I made $300. And I wrote some calls, I made $250. I wrote some calls, I made $400. I bought more stock, wrote more calls, I made $600. I've never made money before. This is all different to me. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to making money in the market all the time. I'm not used to the market giving me money. And I don't sell any stock. I just offer these contracts out of thin air that I write because I happen to have shares that are in my account. And I get to keep most of the money I bring in. It's unbelievable. And then we started taking you down the road, option writing 101, 102, 103, 201, 301, 401. We're now at option writing coming up to 1501. But in any event, the poor man covered call strategy got introduced to you guys, and you went, what? What? I can write calls on stock that I own already. I could just sell the shares and buy deep in the money calls and get way more of those, representing a lot more shares than I own right now, which means I can write a lot more contracts that I'm making money on. Wait. You're telling me, and you've been showing me now for 6 months, I can make money writing options. I can make money writing I know I can make money writing options. Now you're telling me I can write way more options with what I have already in any event without having to get a loan or do a headstand in the middle of the street. What? And people were going, oh my God. I'm not writing 3 or 4 or 5 contracts now. I'm writing 10 to 15 contracts, and I'm making $2 a contract because I've learned the art of stake bids and stake offers and maximizing my return. I'm writing longer term calls that depreciate further, and I'm bringing in $3,000 profit when I roll over 15 contracts. Hey, man, this making $300, $400, $500 in option rollovers was cute. No, it was cute. No, just like in Back to the Future, George McFly, he's cute. No, yeah, he's cute though. It was cute making $200, $300 on a turnover. It was cute. This making $3,000 though, every month or so, or 6 weeks, or 3 weeks, depending on these dips and stuff. I have never, ever made $3,000 on a trade before. Never made that much money. Not one time have I ever made it. Now, others of you have said to me, I made $3,000 once. Yeah, I made $6,000. Then I invested in XYZ stock and I lost it all. I've also been in situations where I was up $3,000 in my options or my stock. I was up 3,000 in stock, but I didn't sell it because I was thinking it was going to go up double again, and then it went back down again, and I lost it. Just like the casinos in Vegas, you keep putting the money in and you put all the winnings back in, hoping for the jackpot that never comes, and you just give away all that money. At the end of the day, you're down hundreds of dollars. On this option writing thing, no, I am making this money, and I bought back these calls, made this dough, and I wrote new calls. I just keep writing them all the time, and I'm buying more in the money calls, deep in the money calls, adding to my number of deep in the money calls. I'm now writing 20 at a time, 25 at a time. I'm writing 30 at a time. I'm writing 35 contracts at a time. I'm writing 40 contracts at a time. There are people here writing hundreds of contracts at a time now. Not all are vocal about it, but they are. Options are being written at a much higher rate on this channel than ever before. The hundreds of thousands of dollars a day and a week, millions a week, and millions in a month coming through this channel now from option premiums is really growing significantly. There's no question about it. There are millions of dollars coming into my viewers' hands by writing options because it's just a natural turnover effect, how it slowly but surely builds and builds and builds. And the deep in the money call, the poor man covered call strategy is where folks have been really zeroing in on, going, this is my ticket out. This is my ticket out of that goddamn cubicle that I'm over on, that little tiny office, or the open pit that I have to work in, or this damn warehouse, or the truck I'm driving, or the car I'm driving, or whatever it is you do for a living. What do you do for a living out there, people? What do you do? I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Don't tell me what you do for a living. It's depressing. There are folks out there saying goodbye to the day job. I've had enough of this crap. I don't need this anymore. I cannot afford to work anymore for people other than myself. It has come to the point where my assets that I am managing are bringing me so much money that I cannot afford to miss a dip in the trading day to take advantage of turnovers, because the amount of number of contracts I turn over now and the kind of money I'm hauling in on them is way, way more money than a paycheck. And think about this. How many of you get a paycheck every 2 weeks? And you do the math and you say to yourself, yeah, I'm writing 60 calls. And if I make $1 a call in profit, I make $6,000. Why in God's green earth am I working for way less than that every 2 weeks? I make $2 in a month on my contracts. I make $12,000. What job is paying me that kind of money every month? 12 grand? You get paid 12 grand gross. You walk home with 8. Good luck with living. You can live on that. Yes, of course you can. Sure. But you're bringing in 12,000 writing options on cap. That's a capital gain. You're not paying 40% income tax on this. You're not. A number of you out there, I bet you have got tax loss carry forwards from years ago that you're working off right now. I bet you there are viewers on this channel who have forgotten that they have tax losses from years ago that they could be using against gains that they're making right now on option premium. It hadn't hit them yet. It's when they go to their tax person and go, okay, I got to file my taxes because Bruce is making me all this money. And the tax person's going, what are you doing? What is it you do? Well, I write options against stock that I have, and I bring in all this. And they go, what? Who's this guy? And then they look in your taxes and go, well, 4 years ago, you had a tax loss of blah, blah, blah. What happened to that? Well, I couldn't write it all off. Well, you can write it off now. Tax forward, you can bring these forward losses forward. I'm pretty sure many of you can do this. Again, I'm not a tax guy. So I don't know what the deal is in Canada. I don't know what the deal is in America. I don't know what the deal is in Jamaica. I don't know what the deal is in Japan. I don't know what the deal is in Denmark. I don't know. You got to figure it out yourself. But I have a suspicion many of you have had a shocking little discovery where you've earned money, gained money, and then you realize, my tax person just told me I don't have to pay tax on that, and that. My tax bill is way lower than I thought it would be because of losses that I've been carrying forward for years and years. I can finally take them off the books. Well, surprise, surprise, surprise. Welcome to the party, pal. This is where some of you don't realize how juicy it would be to quit your day job, because you're going to replace your income level from a paycheck to a capital gain environment of writing options. And you can do all kinds of deductions against this business. You can write off a lot of expenses that you can't write off at work. When you're a worker, you can't write off anything. Where when you're an investor, you can write off everything. And this is where you need a tax advisor to help you with eligible deductions. Cool, neat stuff. Oh my gosh. Home skill at 146. Thank you. What can I say? Christina, I don't know what a brick is. What is a brick? So, there's my opinion. What's a brick? Slayer, just in case, already enjoyable Friday for everybody. Thank you. Let's see. Nick is saying, is anyone talking about the rumor that SoFi bought a mortgage company called Wyndham Capital Mortgage? When you go to their website, hit the apply button, it forwards you to SoFi. Interesting. Splayer, I see the name Wyndham now for sure, at least second time. Have you mentioned it already earlier? By the way, Sextera, again, on a new bargain below 40 cents, I guess. Bargoon on Sextera continues, 39.2 cents a share. That's true. Down 3.2 cents on 267,000 volumes so far. I'm getting the impression from the outside looking in, because I got nothing for you. I have no news about this. I would love to know what's going on, but I don't. But if I had to guess, and I do have to guess because I don't have any news, my guess is someone's being blown out. That someone is either walking voluntarily or someone owes somebody bunches of dough and their entire portfolio is being wiped out. And this particular portfolio, whoever it is, whatever it is it an institutional holder? I don't know. Happens to have potentially a whole bucket load of CYXD stock, and they're getting blown out. Whatever bidders are coming in are getting hit. This is a guess from your old man over here who has nothing else to give you, because I wish I could tell you what it is. If I knew, I'd tell you, but I have to guess what it is. This is a seller under duress that is being taken over by their broker or a banker, and they are hitting market sell orders. And there's any bid shows up, they're hitting it. They're hitting it. I don't know how many they have. Don't know how many they got left. I don't know how long it's going to continue. I don't know how low it's going to get to. I don't know anything. I just am watching this stock trade at 39.3 cents a share, and I'm going, this thing is worth like $2 a share. The book value of this company, I think, is $2 a share. It's trading at 39 cents, 700 plus million in sales, and it's trading at 39 cents a share. There are no customers walking away from these guys. They aren't losing all their contracts. They're not closing their data centers. 61 data centers around the world, no one geographic location. They're everywhere. 39.1 cents a share. Vash, I stand on rugs and I get pulled for a living. Nick, maybe it's some sick joke though, laughing out loud. Drew, I was shopping around for a CPA this year. They told me they didn't know about selling covered calls. One guy literally told me to Zoom with experts at TurboTax. Oh, I know. Yes, I filed myself, and it was so simple, says Drew. Splair, if that's the case, then I'm happy to get my first 100 Cyxtera on discount instead of $15 and above. There you go. I'll take it down here. 39 cents a share right now. 39 cents a share. Deuce, we hitting $6 today. It could happen. Okay, beers at $6. There you go. There you go. SoFi is not at $6. SoFi is at $5.85, but we're up 13 cents to $5.85. We're only 15 cents away from $6. Come on, SoFi. Yes, 587 high today. We're right up there. We're right there. 5.8 million traded already. That's a good start. This is a very good start for SoFi today. 22.40 on GameStop, down a dime. ATIP 25.8 cents a share, down 7/10 of a penny. On 14,000 shares. Nothing like Cyxtera volume, which is much, much higher. Tesla up 362. Tesla's up 362. Apple up 60. Unity Software up 76. HPQ up a quarter. Google up 72. Moderna up 680. Cisco is up 14 cents. Pfizer up 4. IBM up 57. Microsoft up 4 cents. ME up a penny. Matterport up 4.5. Cyxtera at 39 cents, down 3.5 more pennies on a volume of 303,000 shares. A Rocket Lab 396.5, up 1.5. Smart Rent up 6.5 cents to 238.5. Spire up a penny, 65 cents. Bargoons everywhere. What can I say? Anyway, good morning. Good morning from Who Cares. Christina, BRICS is an acronym for 5 leading emerging economies: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. What's my opinion on these guys? You already know my opinion on these guys. There's nothing good here. There's nothing good. Okay, move on. I'm not even going to waste my time looking at that. Option Nomads, we hired a tax accountant who's a former derivatives trader from Chicago. He strongly suggests that we do not trade options, but we still hired him. Unbelievable. Deuce, Uncle Bruce, can you speculate how much a mortgage broker would sell for if they generate about $50 million in revenue annually? I cannot. I have no idea how that business works. Drew, just bought another 100 Cyxtera. I got 600 shares with a 169 average now. Bringing that average down big time. I can imagine you buy stock at 39 cents a share. You are bringing your average down big time. No kidding. Unbelievable. Cyxtera 38.2. It's going lower. 38.5. BP. Wow. Wyndham Capital Mortgage in 2020 was ranked the 18th largest mortgage lender in the USA based on loan volume, with a reported 7.7 billion increase from loan origination of 2.9 in 2019. So fast growing company. Christina, the BRICS are considered the foremost rival to the G7 bloc of leading advanced economics, announcing competing initiatives such as the new development bank, contingent reserve arrangement, BRICS, payment system, and BRICS basket reserve currency. Yeah, okay. I have no faith in any of those currencies. I have no faith in any of those countries as far as business goes. They have population. I'll grant them that. There's a lot of people that live in these countries. I'll grant you that. But you trust their courts? You trust their banking system? You trust their regulatory environment? Good luck. Good luck with that. What about their solid middle-class demographic segments? They don't have one. It's the very rich, and then it's everybody else. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Yeah, I'd avoid those like a plague. And investments generally do. That's just the way it is. Sextera, 39 cents at down 3.5 on 317,000, down as low as 38.2 today on Sextera. The bargain is there. What can I say? It is what it is. I have no words. There's sometimes you just have no words. It is what it is, and 38.6 cents a share on Sextera, ATIP 25.8, and I just gonna go. There are no words. Why deep-pocketed organizations that have created these amalgamations called Sextera and ATIP to be put together and have engineered their path to the public markets, why these entities with billions under admin got these companies to go public at $10 a share through a SPAC or reverse takeover, got their hands on hundreds of millions of dollars to pay off debts, reorganize these entities and make them, cash rich, let them grow their business. Why their shares are under $1 in the first place, even there is shocking to me. And I'm at a loss. The only other thing, I'm guessing. Look at a guy guess. You want me to guess? I'm guessing. Is it possible that the SEC has more plans for companies that used to be SPACs that are not good plans? Has the SEC put out notifications about reporting issuances and stuff? And is it possible that the lawyers for these companies, outside legal counsel, has been warning the board of directors, warning the CEOs, warning the chairman of the board, look, there's crap happening at the SEC, okay? And it's coming down on all kinds of stuff like crypto. It's coming down on existing SPACs that haven't made a deal. It's going to come down on other publicly traded companies. There's all kinds of stuff in the pipeline, and none of it is good, including your company. Now, I don't know why. I don't know why. What does 61 server farms have to do with the SEC not being happy? I can't imagine. I can't understand it. I don't think there is anything wrong with 61 server farms and the SEC. I really don't. I just wonder if the fact that Sextera is part of a company that was once a SPAC, I'm wondering if that's the problem at the SEC. Does the SEC have a problem? Not with Sextera, not with Sextera's team running Sextera. They have a problem with the people who founded Sextera. Do they have that as a problem? The SEC and the founders of the company that created Sextera, the SEC and the founders of Spire, the founders of ATIP and SmartBrand and SoFi, maybe not. I don't know. Is that really going on? What explains the stocks being as low as they are? That's what I'd like to know. If I had the answer, you'd have the answer. But I ain't got it. I haven't got it. I don't know. What can I say? Splair, way to go, Bobby. Always taking advantage of the lower prices. Good move. Flint Creek, I only had a few Sextera. I have 1,112 shares at 50 cents now. Maybe it'll come up now. Maybe it'll go to 70, 80 cents and you'll be way up. Nice. JJ, don't believe the hype. Christina. Bobby, added another 300 ATIP and Spire as well. Thanks. Enough spending done already. Okie dokie. Kiwi number 166, thumbs up. James, the Wyndham merger would be a big deal for SoFi. We'll know for sure on Monday, as the effective date is the 3rd of April. Interesting. Very interesting. SoFi 580 up 8 cents. I'm getting curious already about that topic on SoFi. BP, Sextera is really dropping. It's 38. We're at 37.6. We're dropping. Deuce, Uncle Bruce, do you still recommend buying ATIP? I say nibble at it. Yeah, nibble it up. Nibble it up, nibble it up. I'd nibble up Cyxtera and Spire. Nibble them away. Yep. Nibble up. 579 on sulfide, up 7 cents. Tesla 386 higher at 199.14. GameStop down 27 cents. Make it 21. Cyxtera 38 cents right now, down 4.4 cents as we speak right now in this crazy, wacky day. We have traded 367,000 shares of Cyxtera. Like I said, is it possible? Is it actually possible that on the Cyxtera story, there is a shareholder, whoever has a huge block of stock, and they're being blown out by a broker for failure to pay a derivatives trade, for failure to cover something else? It has nothing to do with Cyxtera. Is this the reason why all this stock is coming in? Why is an unusual amount of stock coming in from Cyxtera shareholders at any bid they can find? What do they know, or reality? They don't know anything. They're being blown out. Is someone blowing out a Cyxtera shareholder, and it is causing, obviously, consternation in the market? It's creating a buzz. 37.6 cents. Is that what's going on? Because the way it's coming in, to me, it looks like someone's being blown out. This looks so familiar to me as an ex-stockbroker, ex-branch manager, head of compliance for my branch. My operations manager and I have seen this again and again. My floor traders and I over the years have seen this time and time again. I don't know. It's possible that whoever's getting blown out and whoever's doing the blowing out is not at liberty to say a word to anybody due to confidentiality agreements. And so the stock will come in until the stock is sold out. It's at 37.3 cents a share. Here's the good news, I guess. The lower the stock gets, the cheaper it gets to buy stock. At $10 a share, one share is $10. Today, one share is 37 cents. I mean, it is 3.7% of the price to buy this stock versus $10 a share. That means to buy up 1 million shares of Cyxtera doesn't cost $10 million. It costs $375,000. That is a big difference in price. Obviously, 1,000 shares used to cost 10 grand. 1,000 shares now, $377. So these, however many millions there are, I don't know, is it 1 million, 6 million, 8 million? I don't know. It's a fraction of what it once was. And the question I have is, when the last of the sales are done and the stock doesn't come in anymore, and people go, oh, shoot, I missed those cheap prices. I'll bid a penny higher. I'll bid a penny higher. I'll see if I can get some. And the next thing you know, you have a 5 cent jump, an 8 cent jump, 15 cent jump, 20 cent jump, a 30 cent jump. Next thing you're at 68 cents, 75 cents a share. And everybody missed the 30, 40, 50 cent stock. Well, that's what happens on the way down. People get scared and get nervous and don't want to be overpaying. But how much overpaying are you doing at 37 cents? The worst case scenario, you're paying 37 cents too much. That's the worst case scenario. I don't think this is the case, that this is the scenario. I don't think this is it. But look, I'm not the guy who's doing the selling out. I'm not the stockbroker out there trying to convince customers to buy this stuff. $67 million is the market cap of Cyxtera right now. $67 million market cap at 37 cents a share. I have a suspicion that the stock might be a bit over liquidated, oversold. But that's just the old man talking. Sometimes people don't want to hear what old men have to say. Did you know there are only 74.9 million free trading shares of Cyxtera? That's all there is. Out of the 179 million shares in existence, only 74 million are free trading. So there can't be that many. There can't be 50 million coming in. There can't be 20 million coming in. I don't think so. There is an individual or a hedge fund or some entity somewhere that had a bunch of this stuff. They got caught doing something else, a trade that got them into big trouble. It wasn't a Cyxtera trade. And it could be that Cyxtera is one of 10 stocks that are being blown out at the same time by a single seller, a banker that wants their money back, that wants borrowed money back, that isn't going to get it all back. And they're selling everything these guys have as quick as they can to any bidder they can find. That could be as simple as an explanation of what is happening on Cyxtera right now. That's all I can tell you, because I'm guessing. I don't know. Reminds me about ATI. Double D, it hit 25, and I'll pick off another 1,000. Well, you may want to go with 25.1 cents. Put in a stink bid. Just get ahead of that 25-cent number. Splair, I think 50 packs of chips are more expensive than 100 Cyxtera. For example, you can eat in a couple of days. Second example makes you money in a year or more. There you go. 37.5 last trade, down a nickel on 400,000 volume. The low trade, 37.3, now 37.5. It's when it jumps 10 cents a share. When it jumps from 37 to 47 or 33 to 43 or whatever the low is, 31 to 41, 28 to 38, wherever the low is, that first 10-cent jump, it's over. It's all over. Then the sellout is done. Now it's turnover of stock that has been blown out. That will be the next game. So, yeah, there it is. It's really dropping. It's really dropping. There you go. Well, we'll find out. 171 gain on the Dow. We've got the rest of the market here, 20 points higher in S&P, 65 points better off on the NASDAQ. Nothing great. Half a percentage point is all we got. This is the fourth day in a row of gains, fifth day in a row. We might be running out of steam on the upside. Oil is up 90 cents at the moment, 89 cents, I guess, 75.26. We're at 38 cents on Cyxtera now, 38 with the low of 37.3, 402,000 traded. There's where we're at. Is this the low? I don't know. I don't know. It's cheap. That I'll give you. If you've got a $6 average, $5, $4, $3, $2 average, you can make damage to your average price by picking up some of this really cheap paper. This goes to 75, 80 cents. You should already be ahead, because that would be a smart move on your part. But you got to have the oomph and the chutzpah to step in there. Just saw 37 cents go through. You got to have the chutzpah. 425 is how many have traded now. Put in stink bids, 36 cents, 35.3 cents, 35.1 stink bids, just ahead of round numbers. See if you get any. You might not. I don't know. I just don't know. 37 cents last trade. Right now, ATIP 26.4 last trade. ATIP has that TSA June 15 that sounds like they are looking at obtaining finance by payment in kind note that allows the board to pay interest on the debt by using additional debt instead of cash. This is the survival technique of ATIP for their cash flow needs. ATIP has arranged with their backer, which is their largest shareholder, survival of the company. They will be funded for a long time. And the street doesn't get it. And the street doesn't know, because the street doesn't know who ATIP is. ATIP is a secret company to the world because they don't have a PR department that is really exposing them as much as possible. I think. I could be wrong. Maybe they're doing all kinds of great stuff. It's not working, though, is it? No, it's not. 26.4 on ATIP. Cyxtera, 37.6 last trade, down 4.8 cents. There you go. It is what it is. It's doing what it's doing. You got to ask yourselves, what am I, how am I going to play this? You want in, you want in. If you don't, you don't. You don't have to go into Cyxtera to be successful. Who says? Who says? Anyway, there you go. I'm just reading all kinds of headlines going through right now. I'm trying to stay up on what's going on out there for you. Lots happening. Thank you for 173 thumbs ups. We are down to 24 minutes to go for the show, and we have 27 needs of thumbs ups. So we're looking for one a minute here still. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up button, people. You're helping us stay alive. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to all of you who have been picking up slots for the class coming up next Saturday. Those of you who have been picking up the lessons, I've seen these come through. You're sending me private emails to confirm everything. Thank you for doing that. This allows me to send you a private email. I still need, who do I need one? I need a private email for Melissa. Melissa, are you watching? You sent me a donation, but I don't have a private email for you. Can you send me an email, please? For your, how do I connect to you? PayPal didn't give me one, so I don't know how to reach you. That would be great. Thank you, everybody, for being here and part of this family today. We've got Rocket Lab up a nickel, SoFi up 15 to 587 today. Gamestop down a dime. Where Matterport is up 4 at 23andMe is up 1.5. Spire's up a penny. ATIP is still down. Was it 0.3 of a penny? I guess. Smart Rent up 7 cents. Sixtera at 37.5, 37.53, down 4.9 cents. Apple up a dime. Goldman up 173. Cisco up 17. Tesla's up 422. ARC Innovations up 92 cents today. Microsoft down 55. Bed Bath Beyond doing a major fundraising drive to avoid bankruptcy, down 9 cents this morning to 50. They don't have meme followers like they used to, because guess who left the company when it was 30 and got out by the time it was 17, 18 bucks? That's right, Mr. Cohen left. So did his followers. Bed Bath Beyond is doomed. Pfizer up 14 cents, HBQ up 16, Carvana up 23, Alphabet up 107, Amazon up 56, Nvidia up 78 cents, and Unity up 111 today. There it is. That's the story. What can I say? Fun times. Biden declines to comment on Trump indictment as he heads to Mississippi. The town hit by a tornado. That's a smart move politically. Do say nothing whatsoever. 182 thumbs ups. They keep coming in. Thank you, everybody. And speaking of coming on in, who's coming on in this room?
How do you like that?
How do you like that for a segue? Segue. What was that line he used to get the Pat Benatar? What was it?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
I got to look that up. If you guys want to have fun, you're down in the dumps and you need a break and you need to kind of clear your brain, go to YouTube and watch highlights of Whose Line Is It Anyway with Colin Mockery. Colin Mockery one-liners on Whose Line Is It Anyway? Classically funny. There are just dozens of videos with those guys, and it's just so much fun. That was television, live TV. Well, live, it was in front of a live audience back in what, 06, 07, 05, 03. Man, those were good times. Just great. Tons of one-liners that come out of there. Anyway, Flint Creek, that makes me feel better. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. It seems as Sixtera should not be this low. Larry Titus, good morning to Jennifer. Right on there. Sixtera, 37 to 37.4 right now. The low of the day, 37 cents. On 442,000 shares at the moment. That's what I see. ATIP 26.1, down 0.3 of a penny. I'm hanging in there. Christina, whoops, just added it. There you go. Giddy up. Welcome one, welcome all to the party, pal. Yeah, Jen is checking out that one-liner right now. She's doing it right now. She's going to give it to me in a second here. That was a greatest one-liner for a segue.
No, he says, how are Colin asks.
The tall guy from
says, how are you? He says, well, I'm feeling, I think I got a bug. I'm feeling a little jittery, like a jitterbug.
Jitterbug. I got like a jitterbug.
And Colin goes, nice segue.
Nice segue. But that's not the line.
Wow. Nice segue is the name of the thing.
Yeah. No, that's the one where Colin goes to Pat Benatar. Something Bendikar.
Because I don't. When you can't I can't play it.
No, because we can't play it on the air because of
All the
you know what.
copyright, Yeah.
Christina Whoops just added it. Richard, more CYXT at 37.1. Splair, good morning to Jen.
Bendakar.
Bendakar.
Pat.
Benatar. Sub segue. Oh my God. You have to watch these clips from Whose Line Is It Anyway? They're so funny. Dude, Uncle Bruce, if you look at the PayPal transaction for Melissa, it should have an email address. You can check your PayPal history or your email history. Actually, it doesn't. This notification didn't give me one. That's why I mentioned it. It didn't. But I think I can find Melissa on previous classes. I have other ways. But I thought it would be easy to say hi to Melissa, send me a private email, Melissa. Everyone's supposed to send me I ask you all to send me a private email, please. And she'll do it, and we'll be fine. We have till next Saturday to find Melissa. Anybody know where Melissa is? We'll find Melissa. We have 184 thumbs ups, and we have 18 minutes to go. We need 16 thumbs ups. That's not quite one a minute. Jen is here.
We have a mixture. We've got some green and some red.
Tell any thumbs ups. Tell him.
Oh, he needs thumbs up.
Come on.
Are they thumb ups or thumbs up?
It's thumbs ups.
Thumbs ups?
Yeah, thumbs up. Jen is a great help, isn't she? Isn't she great? She's so inspiring.
Where am I? Your phone's in the way. I can't see.
You can't see yourself because my phone's in the way of the screen. You see, because well, yeah, it's a delay.
It's a delay.
Yeah, here's the live. Here's live.
My thumb?
Where's my thumb? Give him thumbs ups, people. Help this poor man. Is anybody going to help that poor man? Shut up, or you know who gets it. I think you're serious, man. Put down your weapons.
That movie so much.
Do what he say. Do what he say.
The first time I saw it in the theater,
Blazing Saddles.
I possibly have been in an altered state.
Uh-huh.
And just about peed myself. We were laughing so hard from it. It was so good. Yeah.
I want to welcome you with a warm and hearty handshake. A Laurel and Hardy handshake. This Laurel.
Which I have used my entire life now.
But Andrew, Mr. Ulrich, I just sent you an email. This may actually have been me. Melissa is my wife. I swear I sent the email right after I sent the donation on Wednesday. See, I just wasn't able to put the two together. Could be my fault. Thank you so much. You see, it worked. It worked. It worked. Oh, they're out there. They're watching you. Watching everything you do. Everything you say, Bruce. It's being watched. Bendakar. Pat Benatar. Oh, some segue. Yes. Oh, wow.
So what are we doing for the last day of March? Anything exciting happening?
I don't know. Larry Titus.
April Fool's Day?
I've got nothing. I got nothing. Without cashing out this stretch, with the calls is really juicy to push capital, says Splair. Splair says, I have to mention my mom's portfolio is now going through a big change. She started probably 2 months ago with 2,300 and is sitting actually at 100 Gamestop, 100 ATIP, 100 SoFi, 106 there now as well, 560 cash.
Oh, good for her.
Growing. That's good stuff. This is good stuff. Hector, Splair, your mother has a good son. There you go. There you have it right there. We're up 158 on the Dow. Cyxtera, 37.5 cents right now on a volume of 587,000 shares. There's buyers coming in. I mean, no question about it. There's buyers coming in to buy stock, but there's stock coming in from a source.
Yeah, how far down is it?
It was trading at $14 a share 3 months ago.
What's it down today?
4.8 cents. Yeah, it was down to the 40s yesterday, the low 40s yesterday, now 37 this morning.
Wow.
Yeah, it's still coming. There's a seller. I think there's someone being blown out.
Or the shorters just they smell
no,
in the water?
No. They did they would have done their damage a long time ago. Well, I think someone is being blown out since about $8 a share, $6 a share. Somewhere up there is where it started, and then it accelerated, and it got worse and worse. And the banker or broker or whoever is trying to get whatever cash they can get out of this deadbeat client is now selling Cyxtera at whatever they can get for it to recoup any pennies they can get against a multi-million-dollar loan. I'm speculating here. I'm a speculator. I'm a spitballing speculator. 38 cents a share last trade. But this is what it looks like to this old sellout specialist, because I used to do this for a living. I would get calls from head office and say, we're blowing out 500,000 shares of blah. You got an hour. Get rid of this shit.
Yeah.
We got a guy who owes us hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you can get 15 grand for this
Try
stuff,
not to hurt it.
we're happy. And I'm calling the floor going, we got a problem here. What is it? Got to blow off 500,000 of this stock. He says, I can take care of it. Just leave it with me. My floor trader would just say, just let me deal with it. Don't tell me how to sell it. Let me sell it. I said, just take care of it. Take care. And he'd call back and he'd tell me the price. I'd call Toronto and say, you were happy with 15 grand? Yeah. How about 80,000 for this crap? Holy jumping. You got 80 grand for it? How'd you do that? Don't ask questions.
Oral trading. That's how you
Don't ask. Just give us the orders. We'll take care of it. Okay. You got any more sellouts? Let us handle them for you. All right. We know what we're doing out here. That's how you do it. But today's world, it's all just sell. 37.8 right now. The low of 37.8 last trade on 602,000. There's stock coming in, but it's being bought up. Someone is buying it too. Remember, there's two sides to every trade. Someone is buying this stuff. Is it you? Are any of you grabbing any of this really, really discounted Cyxtera paper where the company generates 700 million in sales, is backed by its largest backer? This is, to me, like ATIP, a no-brainer. You buy this stuff, but I can't guarantee you anything. I cannot guarantee you anything. No one calls me to tell me what's going on. Just saying. What?
It's almost like they're not advertising to our generation anymore.
You know?
Like they don't care.
Christina Davenport and Company LLC grew its holdings and shares of SoFi Technologies by 4,486% in the fourth quarter, according to the company's most recent 13F filing.
Oh, that's interesting.
Financial Minister. My PayPal was set up very early into our relationship. At the time, I thought the name could be changed. You can't, so my email address and credentials, my wife's name. It's no problem, my friend. We got you. We'll get you. Mandu Gamestop. Good morning, Anti-Gen GameStop. Good morning, Anti-Gen.
Good morning, GameStop.
GME Anti-Gen. No, GameStop. No, good morning. Splitter. Yeah, PayPal gets more and more tricky after every change, says Splitter. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
The Dow is only up 150. We're backing off just a little bit. We're up 19 on the S&P, and we're up 68 on NASDAQ. We're flatlining, not going anywhere. Oil up 95 cents a barrel. Flatlining.
How much was it?
Hey,
a little bit?
Big news for you. Finally, I got great news.
A little bit?
Just a little bit. I got great news for everybody.
Okay.
The Los Angeles mansion where the Beatles once stayed at in 1965 is available to rent for only $42,000 a month. Finally, a bargain has finally shown up. I mean, I thought Cyxtera at 37.1 cents was a bargain. I'm wrong. There's a $42,000 a month mansion available that the Beatles once stayed at. 65, 35 plus 23. 58 years ago. The Beatles once stayed here. That house is available for only $42,000 a month.
No DNA left.
Lick the light switches. You'll catch Beatle DNA all over the house. I'm sure no one has switched on or off the lights.
No one has anything.
Anything. There you go. There's a deal finally. JJ, the U.S. dollar supremacy is not being challenged. It's not at risk. De-dollarization headlines are simply clickbait. There you go. Hector, Splair TV charged her a management fee, man. White Feather, have a great weekend, everybody. Deep Value, pave the way, NASDAQ. I don't know what this means. Splair, I don't have to. For families, it's just an add-on I offer. On the other hand, she drives me to the supermarket and spends gas on the car and feeds him. I think he's being well compensated already. A lifetime of being looked after. I suspect everything is fine. Anyway. Cyxtera up 37 cents, new low. We're back to the low of the day. Oh, no, we're not. 36.6 was the low. We're at 36.6 right now at the low, down 5.9 cents. 36.5. It's at the low of the day on 661,000 shares. It still is coming in. I don't know how many are for sale. I don't know who's selling it. I don't know why they're selling it, but it's coming in 36.6 last trade on your Cyxtera.
trader and say,
Oh,
Who's
could I
doing this?
wish I could phone my floor trader if we were doing outcry volume?
Who's doing
He'd be
this?
telling me who's doing what. He'd be telling me, but it doesn't exist anymore
Yeah.
because the SEC has decided that investors are well looked after now with these telephones. And with the FYI, frequently asked questions section, investors get all the answers they need for all the questions they have. There's no need to have a broker anymore. There's no need to have a desk trader. There's no need to have floor traders. Everything can be automated, and the investor is being looked after
You
wonderfully.
might be AI. How can you tell? How
Yeah.
do you prove you're human?
How does I'm pinching myself? Ow! Is that doing it? I don't know if that's helping. 36.6 on Sextera. Oh my. ATIP 26 cents down a half a penny. SoFi 5.92. 5.92 on your SoFi. We're going for $6 today. It's going for. This is the high from yesterday. We're going for the $6 print today, baby. Here comes your SoFi. You're getting richer here and poorer there. How about that? Oh my. 22.48 down 2 cents on Gamestop today. We're not going anywhere on GameStop. Isn't that interesting? 26 cents even on ATIP, 36.6 on Sextera. Volume on Sextera now, 665,000. How many are for sale? That's all my floor trader would ask me. How many you want to dump? Just tell me the number. Don't give me cutesy. Don't tell me to sell 50,000, then sell 30,000, then sell. How many you want to dump? How many?
I've been driving.
I'll get you out. Just tell me what do you want to sell. How many you want to sell?
Give him a ticket. Give him another ticket.
Tell me what's. Don't treat me like an idiot. Tell me what it is. Oh, he hated that.
Yeah, you want to see him come off the floor and stand in front of you? Yeah.
I used to tell my the head desk trader in Toronto at head office, just give me the order, and we'll tell him what to do, yeah. And then we'd have an order, and he'd say, just give me the order, tell me what you want to do. It would be the same way when we went to sell something in Toronto, or they want to sell something in Calgary. Vancouver would give us. We just say, just give me the damn order. I would call the branch manager in Vancouver and say, what are you doing there? The stock is such and such. How many you want to dump, and why are you dumping it? Just tell me what's going on so I can help you guys. I can help you guys if you give us the story. And he'd say, oh yeah, we need to sell 300,000 shares. This guy's under margin $800,000, blah, 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 blah. We got to blow him up by the end of the day, blah, blah, blah. I said, just give me the order. We'll take care of it. Okay, I'll have the desk call you. Then boom, phone would ring. Someone over here would answer the phone. Yeah, okay, we got a new order. Dump 600,000 shares of blah, blah, blah. Dump 200,000 shares of yada, yada, yada. Sell this, sell that. We'll get back to you. And then we call the floor. So we got the order. This is the order. What's the plan? What's the whole, is that your whole plan? The whole plan, yes.
Don't come back to me in 5 minutes.
Don't come back to me. Don't you dare come back to me with another 200,000 shares. I will come over there and rip your tonsils out of your throat. Don't you do this. And so we give him the order. And my floor trader would just go about his business.
And he'd phone and say, okay.
And the phone calls would come in. He said, okay, write this down. And you sold this and you sold that. And you sold this and you sold. I'll be back to you. I got more coming. Don't worry. It's coming. And then I sold this. I sold that. I sold this. I sold that. And we go, the market hasn't moved. There's no panic selling. The stock didn't go down. That's right. That's right. It didn't go down. Yeah, that's because I'm not an idiot when it comes to how to sell stock. Today, they're all idiots. 36.5 cents a share on Sextera. Who's ever selling Sextera stock is an idiot. And they are dumping at market. They're hitting market bids. They're not asking questions. Kill first, ask questions later. Oh, they didn't answer any questions. No kidding. You blew their brains out. They didn't answer any questions. Duh. No kidding. 36.5 last trade. ATIP 25.9 last trade. Sell first, ask questions later. There you go.
I'm going to go have coffee.
You're going to.
I am. So there.
Well. You want to say anything for these folks for the weekend?
Don't get fooled tomorrow. Is April Fool's something around the world, or is that just a North American thing?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
It's also my grandma's birthday. April 1st, she was an April Fool's baby.
And that led to your creation eventually.
Yeah.
So you're part of it.
I'm part of the April Fool. I think it was my
Now
parents.
She tells me.
My parents were the April Fool.
Why wasn't she telling me this in 1976 when we first got together? Why do I find out now? Thanks a lot,
No,
Jen.
you don't tell them everything at once. Keep them hanging on. Yeah. Goodbye.
Some segue. Yeah. Pat Benatar. Thank you, everybody. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Christina, I'll have you know I have written 11 $6 SoFis that are expiring today. It looks like I'm stressing out some people today. SoFi $5.96. Drew, stink bid for 400 more Sixtera set at 36 cents. If it hits, I'll have 1,000 shares. 36.4 last trade. Low trade of the day, 36.4. Volume, 685,000 right now. Slayer, Christina, I'm crossing fingers for you that we will cross below 598 after the peak. There can always be shaky hands that take that money when they see it. JR, good morning, Auntie Jen. I'm a member of the Straight Thumb Club, and it's thumbs ups, not thumbs ups. Grammar thing. It's thumbs up, not thumb ups. Okay, deep value option. Naked short sellers were born without a soul. Bobby Atkinson, pranks are worldwide. That's what's going on. 36.4 on Sextera. Dow up 138. GameStop up 15. ATIP 25.9, down 0.6 of a penny. SoFi up 25 cents to 596 on SoFi. High today, 597. We're right there, 11.9 million. In the first hour, we're looking good on SoFi today. Looking very good on SoFi today. Looking good like I thought we were going to look good the last couple of days on SoFi. SoFi. Don't be trying to short nose SoFi. Splitter, my last order will be 34.6 on Sextera. J-Boy, love that Pat Benatar reference. Colin Mockery is the best. You watch the video, you'll get a kick out of it. 598 on SoFi. 598 on SoFi. Nazareth, I am now thumbs up 192. Bruce, you're going to hit 200 thumbs up today. There's no question, if, ands, or buts. You're going to hit 200 thumbs ups today. I see 193 in the house. I need 7 more thumbs ups, and I need them now. Give me 7 thumbs ups now. Please give me some thumbs ups. All right, here we go. We're trying to get to 200. The Sextera, 36.5 cents a share. 25.9 on ATIP. SoFi, 599. 599 on SoFi. 599. Hello? Anybody there? Hello? 599 on SoFi. We're a penny away from $6 on SoFi. Is that going to change the world, by the way? I don't know if it's going to do anything. But we're at $5.99. We're just about there. Hello. Bed caught Philly paper, red hot chili pepper. Some segue. Bed caught Philly paper, red hot chili peppers. That's right. Oh, love those clips. Oh, man, we need a break. We're up 22 cents on GameStop. Sextera down 6 cents, 36.5. ATIP, 26 cents. Coming back. SoFi, 598 to 599. High trade today, 599 on 12.2 million shares. Who is buying up SoFi today? Who is selling Sextera today? Oh my, JR, I saw Colin and Brad live one time. One of the best shows I've ever seen. After info from the audience, then did different sketches, and at the end made up a song that included all of the previous sketches. It was amazing. These guys are pros, absolute professionals. It's fantastic. Yes, really good stuff. Those clips on YouTube are hilarious. When Colin is asked to check and see people's bodies to make sure they're male or female in that party sequence. Oh my God, it's unbelievable. It's so funny. And of course the sketches with Colin Montgomery and the gang with oh gosh, what's his name, Bruce? The fitness guy. Richard Simmons. Richard Simmons on Whose Line Is It Anyway? Oh my God, you have to watch that. You have to watch the skits with Richard Simmons and the gang on Whose Line Is It Anyway? You will not believe this was on network television. SoFi at 6. I see 601 on your SoFi, kids. 601 on SoFi. up 29 cents through the $6 level like a hot knife through soft butter. Look at that, 12.7 million shares on your SoFi. 601. Giddy up, baby. Here we go. $20. Here we come. JR, search the blooper reel for Whose Line. It culminates with a pie-throwing incident between Ryan and a British producer. Those people have dirty mouths, and the show is very censored. You're looking at the British version. Look at the U.S. version. Oh, so much fun. Anyway, 36.5 on Sextera. Gamestop 22.66 up 16. ATIP 26 down half a penny. SoFi 603. 603 on SoFi going to the moon, baby. 604 high of the day going to 13 million plus volume. Look at it go. Splayer buying on eToro is already 602, and now it's another 2 pennies higher. That's right, 604 on the SoFi. Giddy up, babies. Is looking great. Sextera up 36.5, low trade 36.1, volume 717,000 on Sextera. When do they run out of paper? I ask you, when do they run out of paper on Sextera? ATIP 26, SoFi 602, 604 is the high of the day, 13 plus million volume. Giddy up, kids. You're all getting richer today on your SoFi. Those of you who own deep in the money calls on GameStop, you're richer. Those of you who own deep in the money calls on Tesla, you're richer. Apple, you're richer. Unity, you're richer today. HPQ, you're richer today. First Republic, you're richer. Google, you're richer today. Moderna, you're not necessarily richer today, but you are on one side versus the other. Moderna's at 152. Cisco up 22 cents. Pfizer up 15. IBM is up. You're all richer today. ME up a penny. Matterport up 7 cents. Rocket Lab up 5.5. SmartRent up 8.5 cents. Spire up a penny. Look at that. All green on the SPACs. Bed Bath Beyond down 8.5 pennies to 50.9 cents a share. Amazon up 51, HD up 350, Netflix up 250, Vanik down 30 cents, Adobe up 80 cents, Goldman up 320, Boeing up 170, Meta up 180. Giddy up. Royal Caribbean 65.58 up 86 cents. Let's see. Target up 234, JP Morgan up 65, Costco up 380, Walmart up 196, Disney up 82, Nvidia up 17, American Airlines 14.62 up 14 cents a share. We're up on the Dow right now, 175 points. Make that 183. We've got the other markets. S&P up 23, NASDAQ up 87 cents, Sextera up 36.26 cents a share on Sextera. 36.2 something. Volume on Sextera now, 726,000. We're at the low of the day. Is this as low as it's going to go? Have they run out of paper? Are there buyers between 36, 36.1, 36.2, 36.3? I don't know. It looks like there's buying. Will it take out all the selling? Has the selling been taken out? Are we about to pop? I don't know. SoFi 602. Look at that. Oh, my. All right. Thankfully, I bought into SoFi yesterday. Says deep value investing. Giddy up. Picking it off, and it's going higher. 601 to 604 for the high trade. Let's see what it's got. Tesla just hit $200, 22 cents, up $5. Tesla has broken the 200 number for the first time in a couple of weeks. So we'll see how it goes. 36.3 on Sextera. And GameStop 22.58 up 8. ATIP at 26 even, only down 0.4 of a penny. ATIP is up from its low of 25.6. Not a lot going on ATIP, obviously. That is what I'm showing here right now. The Dow up 176. All righty, 34,000 traded on ATIP. 25.6 low trade of the day, lasted 26 cents. 36.3 on Sextera. Volume now, 735,000 shares. SoFi 605, new high on SoFi. 605 on SoFi. 13.6 million traded. Very active in the first 1 hour and 6 minutes. Very good today on your SoFi. We have cracked $6. 605. Next stop 7. Next stop 750. Next stop 8. Next stop 850. And new highs from there. Watch out. Watch out. Giddy up, 606. On your SoFi now, 606. Should we write 550 calls on SoFi? Cindy, I sold my last 100 of Sextero last January 20 with 1166. Just got back in. I bought 500. Nice little replacement there. Picking up some cheap stock at 34.8 cents last trade. Low trade of the day, 34.8 right now. 784,000 Sextero. Another batch came in. Another whack of stock came in on Sextera. 34.8 cents a share. It is getting hit with stock. I don't know why. I don't know who. I don't know how much. 784,000 traded now on Sextera. Bids came in and it got hit. 35.4 last trade. It took out 36. It took out 35. It went into the 34s. Very interesting developments on Sextera stock this fine morning. There are those of you who have a few dollars lying around. You might want to scoop this up. I just don't think the company's going out of business. I don't think so. But the stock is cheap. 35.9 right now. 35.9 last trade, down 6.5 cents on the day. Low of 34.8. A 1 penny recovery has happened already. Stink bids are the way to go, just in case. Okay. There you go. Thank you, everybody. A Splinter, just in case, a successful start into the weekend for everybody. Hope you can all enjoy the time off after the bell. I will go on deciding about my quarry gang in Aurora Game City. Giddy up, buddy. I bet the seller wants that last 26 to get filled below 35 cents. Giddy up. We are into just past the final or first hour or second hour of my show. We have 203 thumbs ups. Again, you guys are amazing. You come up with 200 thumbs ups for me every single time. 204 have come in now. Thank you all for that. I appreciate it. It is just wonderful to see that happening. We've got the Dow is up 159, hanging flat right now. We've got S&P up 22, NASDAQ up 94. Oil is losing a little ground. It's up 60 cents, but it's backing off. We've got Sextera at 35 cents now a share, down 7.5 cents today. The low of the day, 34.8. Volume, 801,000. Not 8 million, just 800,000. We're talking about, we're only talking about $300,000 of the stock. We're not talking 30 million, $1 billion. We're talking very little money here to take this stuff out of here. It's going to be interesting to see if bargain hunters are coming in here that are going to scoop this stuff up and take it off of whoever has to get out for whatever reason they're getting out. We'll see if this rebounds into the 50, 60 cent range next week. We'll find out. GameStop, 22.58 up 8. ATIP, 26.1. Only down 0.4 of a penny. SoFi, 605. 604. High today, 607 on 14.5 million. This is a good day today. 33 to 35 cent gain today on SoFi. Tesla, $200. 55 cents up 527. Apple's up to 162.80, up 46 cents. Unity up 160 to 30.94. Those of you who've been receiving $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 premiums on your Unity, guess what you're doing? You're doing that. It's beautiful. You gotta love it. HPQ, $29, up a dime. First Republic up 15 cents. Google up 195. Moderna up 496. Cisco up 21. Pfizer up 17. IBM up 63. Microsoft down 51 cents. 23andMe is up 1.5 cents. Matterport up 7. Rocket Lab up 4. SmartRent up 9.5 cents. Spire up 1.3. 65.3 cents. A little recovery over there. 34.8 on Sextera. We have reached the low again. 34.8 is the low of the day. We are there right now. ATIP 26.1. SoFi 605. The volume on Sextera, 832,000. Another 32,000 has come in yet again. It keeps coming. 30,000 shares. That's 10 grand worth of stock. That's all that's coming in. It's getting easier to buy up blocks of paper for not a lot of money. It's gonna be an equilibrium. Sooner or later, the supply will run out, and then we get a pop. That might be the case. We'll see. I bought 1,200 Sextera, says Lorraine. Deep value. He wants a low average price. Richard, neat. A Splair, or this will be the deep value. That'll be the case. GR, I've got a stinker on Sextera for 31, and it hit. Really? I don't see it that low. 2,000, you say. Sell my house. Sextera volume almost as much as GameStop. Splair up 34.6. Finally filled. I got it. People are getting stock on Sextera at cheap prices. I show the low of 34.5 on 857,000. I don't know how behind my system is, but I am showing Sextera trading 34.5 for the low. I'm going to go over here to CNBC, try to get the quote up there, see what's going on. Sextera, CYXT, where am I? Right there, CYXT. Sextera. Let's see what is going on. Dropping my phone on top of my computer. Here we go. Sextera. There it is. Sextera. Okay. Last trade 34.8 on 851,000. The low of the day, 34.2 that I see at the moment. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I notice. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm just watching it over there. Back to here. Everyone's happy. Everyone's getting their deals. 34.9 last trade. 34.9. Yeah, that's what I show. All over the place on Sextera right now. GameStop up, down 3 cents. ATIP 26.1 down 0.3 of a penny. SoFi 608. SoFi 608, high of 610 now, with a 38 to 39 cent gain on the session here. 15 million. SoFi going higher. It's going higher. Giddy on up, kids. Going higher on your SoFi. Very good. SoFi moving up. Tesla, $200.31. Apple, $162.82. The Dow up 161. We're flat on those big indexes. We are just kind of sitting here at the top end. Half a point up on the Dow. 0.6 on S&P. The Nasdaq's a bit better at 0.85. That's it. That's what it is. 34.8 on Sextera. 34.9 on Sextera. Right there. SoFi 609 now. 609 on SoFi. High of 610 on 15.2 million volume. Giddy up. Hector so going neat. SoFi kissing 610. Deep value. I bought some Sextera up. Splair. By the way, for weed stonk fans, I don't know how Orangutan will go because there's no medical connection in Germany, for example, but Canopy is as well very cheap and has here good products to compete. Alex, nice, Splair, nice. There you go. All kinds of info on cannabis. 612 on SoFi. 612 on SoFi. We're going higher quick on SoFi, up 39 cents. Cheers, everybody, on SoFi. Moving up on SoFi. Moving down on Sextera. 0.3 of a penny, 0.3 of a penny lower on ATIP. It's trying to come back. GameStop down 3 cents, 612 on SoFi. Tesla hanging on to 200 right now. SoFi volume with a 614 high now, 15.8 million. SoFi has touched 614 today. It's still climbing. You gotta love this. Congratulations, all of you out there who are making money on your SoFi. Well, isn't it going to be fun? Isn't it just going to be so much fun going forward, watching all this activity? Oh my gosh. Thank you all for being part of the show today. 204 thumbs ups and climbing there too. I can only say neat is all I can say right now. Neat. Giddy up. Alex, I meant on the SoFi. I meant on the Sextera purchase, not on weed. There you go. No problem, my friend. Neat. The knees are coming out. The Knights of Knee are speaking Pulse guitar. Neat. Swear. I mentioned that the two discounts as well because I like both here. Bobby Smith's Falls because the Tweed headquarters. Richard, neat. Splair, neat. The Big E, neat. Here they come. Bobby Atkinson was a player, neat. Hector, neat. Oh, yes, kids. The knee emojis are coming out. Look out. Here we go with the knee emojis. Here it is. 34.7 on Sextera. 22.49 down a penny on GameStop. ATIP 26.1 down 3/10. SoFi 6.11 up 39 cents. Flint Creek says SoFi trade 1.256 million shares. Davenport Group bought SoFi today. A big block trade today. Well, someone sold it, someone bought it. There it is. Neat. 204 thumbs ups. Neat. Thank you, everybody. Oh, we're having fun today. Isn't this something? 34.7 on Sextera. The low of the day, 34.5. We're right at the lows on Sextera here right now. That's what we got. 34.72 last trade on Sextera. Volume 912,000. Buyers are buying, sellers are selling. Stock is coming in, and the knee emojis are coming out all over the place. Karen just popped up some knee emojis. Here they go. GameStop up 6 cents. SoFi 608 up 36 cents. High today on Sextera. 614 on SoFi. High on SoFi. 614 on SoFi today. Now 608. Good day today. Really good day. 16.4 million on SoFi. Very good day. We are seeing some volatility. It's all good. 34.6 on Sextera. We're going lower. We're on 916,000 on Sextera, going lower. 34.6, 34.5. Coming in again. A little more stock on Sextera. 34.5 on 916,000. Still, I'm sure I'm behind on these quotes. Karen, neat. Financial Mischief. Just sold 7 GameStop. September 22s for $440. Giddy up. Taking the money off the counter. Yeah, baby. Way to go. 34.3 on Sextera. New low on the session. 34.3. Going lower on 926,000. That's what Sextera is doing. 34.3. SoFi back up. $6.11. Going higher. Going to $600 a share. Giddy up, SoFi. Go, baby. SoFi. $6.11 last trade up. 39 cents. 16.6 million. 34.3 on Sextera. 26.1 on ATIP. Tesla, $200.39. Apple, $162.93. Giddy up. This feels like the end of 2020 all over again, says Deep Value Investing. That's what he's saying. Giddy on up. What a day. It's Friday, volatility day, option expiry day. You're going to get what you're going to get today. Opportunities to do rollovers are out there. If you take advantage of them, it's all a question of just where you're at, what you're going to do, when they come for you. Bad boys, bad boys. 31.06 on Unity, up 172. HPQ up 11. First Republic up 24. Google up 197. Moderna up 523. Cisco up 30 cents. We got green, man. Alex, neat. There you go. Pfizer up 15, IBM up 95, Microsoft down 61 today, ME up a penny, Matterport is up 8, Rocket Lab up 4.5, SmartRent up 9, Spire 1.7 cents higher. There you go. 34.1 on Sextera. That's a new low. 34.1 on 930,000 on Sextera. Cheaper and cheaper. Easier to buy 1,000 shares, easier to buy 10,000 shares, cheaper to buy 100,000 shares. Whatever's coming in, it's coming in. I don't know who, what, when, and why, but it's coming in, and it's getting cheaper to steal. Same with ATIP, 26.1. I can't account for people getting blown out. I can't help them. If it's happening, it's happening. That's all there is to it. 606 on SoFi, kids. 606. We have 204 thumbs ups today. Thank you all so very much for your support of this channel. all this week, last week, the week before, the month before, the year before. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for those who are joining our classes. We're going live next Saturday, 8 days from now. We are live at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. If you'd like to join me, send a donation to the PayPal account for 150 US bucks. Send me a private email. Tell me, I want in. And that way I have your email contact info that I need. Sextera Volume 900, 14,581 at 34.11 cents a share. It would appear at the moment. That is the story. Right now, the low of the day is in there. And I got nothing else I can tell you. I can't tell you any news. I can't tell you anything. I have nothing on nada. I got nada on Sextera. It's just at 34.1 on 916,000. That's all I know at the moment. All right, everybody. We'll stay on top of these quotes. I'll keep an eye on these stocks all day long. But in the meantime, I wish you all a very good weekend. Make a lot of money on this option market. Take advantage of nice premiums. If you can do rollovers on your stocks, you can increase your strike prices, bring in more cash, buy up calls that have crapped out, and write calls for a lot of premium money. Do it. Why not? It is time to bring it on. And if they're going to hand it to you, you might as well take it from these people. If they're going to give you this money, you may as well grab it. Thank you, Splair and Alex, for the knee emojis and thumbs ups and all your support. 208 thumbs ups have come in. Oh, man, you are awesome. Thank you so much for all of this. Everybody, thank you. 920,000 volume on Sextera. What will be the final volume today? I do not know. What can I say? Here's the profile of Sextera according to CNBC. This is the profile of Sextera, 34.1 cents a share. Sextera Technologies provides data centers in retail, co-location, and interconnection services. The company operates more than 60 data centers in over 30 markets around the world, providing services to more than 2,300 enterprises and the United States federal government agencies. Its primary service and products offerings include co-location, interconnection, and bare metal. Its co-location services provide customers space and power in data centers for applications and workloads in an integrated ecosystems. Its interconnection is a global data center that delivers the local, global, and cloud connectivity options customers need for distributed hybrid information technology. Its bare metal is an IT infrastructure solution that allows customers to consume its data center services in a cloud-like fashion. The company's service and product offerings also include Sextera Smart Cabs, deployment services, and gold support services. That is what this company does. Headquartered in Coral Gables, Florida, a low tax environment is where they are. Revenue, $746 million the last time they reported. I don't know. I can't, I just can't. 928,000 traded at 34.25 last set trade per share. Splair, have a great weekend, everybody. You bet. The same to you, man. There it is. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. We're up 170 on the Dow. We're up 23 on S&P. We're up 94 on NASDAQ. And there it is. We're at GameStop 22.62, up 12 cents. We have ATIP at 26.1, down 0.3 of a penny. SoFi 609, up 37.38 cents. Tesla 201, Apple at 162, Unity up 150, HBQ at 14. It's a green day, but not on Sextera. So grab it if you can. If it's cheap down here, you can average yourselves way lower. Then go ahead, grab it. Same with ATIP. Scoop this cheap stuff up and see what happens. All right, SmartRent is up today. Also, says Cindy B. Even that one is our yes. They're all up today. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to hearing from you. If anyone wants to do a one-on-one, you let me know for Sunday. In the meantime, I will see you next week. I look forward to classes next Saturday, 2 o'clock Eastern Time. for the Poor Man Covered Call advanced strategy classes. It's going to be good stuff. Oh, we're going to have fun next week. Okay, kids, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll keep an eye on these markets. Thank you for your support. We'll talk to you later, everybody. Bye for now.